We've made it. We've made it. Oh, we got there. We got to 10,000 subscribers. Thank you very much, everybody that has subscribed. Really, so chuffed. I know it probably doesn't mean a lot to you lot, but I've been on YouTube since 2006, since it first started, as a hobby really, and I suppose I had about 2,000 subscribers up until last year, and it was just a hobby, never done anything political at all. And then last year I decided to put up these pro-farming videos and showing the corruption, and I'm pretty overwhelmed by the way people have reacted to it. So lots of people feel the same as me, and sometimes you feel that you are the only one to feel it, and you're not. Everybody feels the same. So thank you so much. It really means a lot. So we're going to keep going. Hopefully we'll get bigger and bigger. We've got a bit of clout now. I think we've changed things, you know. I think we have changed things, especially over this last month. All the things that we've been saying, because I say we because I class all the people that watch this channel and interact as doing this, because you're sharing my stuff, we're getting this information out there of these corrupt swines, and we're doing stuff. Like what I believe is happening in the UK, and many like me believe, we got these progressives, they call themselves, progressivism. And that's what Drakeford, the tosser and all that, he's one of them. Basically it's communism in another guise, and they want to force you into doing things that they want you to do. That's what it's all about. Now we had Cameron, he's one of them, Tony Blair, this knob knows it, Starmer, and one of the worst of all, who doesn't seem to get what's called is Theresa May. She's the one that signed us into this Climate bloody nonsense, and she made it law that everybody has to abide by it all. So she's to blame. That needs overturning. But anyway, this progressivism that they call it isn't progressive at all. It's bullying. It's bullying the population. Lots of people realise it now. They're starting to wake up to it all, and I'm happy to say it. Lots of people are scared to say stuff these days. I go around and people come around and say hello to me and say, "Oh, I watch your stuff sometimes. Totally agree with you. I really totally agree." I can have a conversation with them. Really nice people, but because they take their kids to school or whatever, they can't say anything. They're terrified of people having a go at them. That's what it's all about, people. They're trying to get the university people who go on to get degrees, they're trying to get them people to police us all. That's what it's all about. That's why when you see all this nonsense in the Farmers Weekly and the Farmers Guardian, how it's always these same people. The George Monbiot clones, the Dale Vince clones, and he's at the heart of it in the Labour government, because Dale Vince gives millions and millions to the Labour government, and it's all anti-farming propaganda, and him and George Monbiot are really close mates. They hate farming. And this Welsh Senedd is the same. It's full of them. Now, if you don't know, if you're from England, the Welsh Senedd is blocked. We're stuck with these load of tossers in there, because in the city areas, they chuck money and nobody can get them out. And they know that. So basically, the civil service have moved into Wales and are running the show. Quangos, civil service head people. Drakeford was the top of a civil service. We're being used like some real 1984 experiment. That's what's happening in Wales. And I'm not afraid to say it. And since I've been looking at it for the last 12 months, I can see how corrupt this all is. We are basically like some 1984 book. people are starting to wake up to it. They're trying to feminize everything. They're trying to feminize everything. If you see on TV, every one of these blokes that gets in films these days is some skinny little runt who's afraid to say anything. You're not allowed to have women with curvy women on TV anymore. You know, it's all a big thing. This is what's going on. That's why they have these crappy Christmas adverts where there's only one colour allowed on there. Everybody else, all the men are deemed as bad people, even though they've all got fathers and grandfathers and brothers. It's an extreme fanatical political movement. And I'm glad my channel is fighting back about it. Especially on the farming side. This fanatical movement, this fanatical progressive movement is attacking farming, and I believe it's all because of Peter, myself. They are basically want to stop animal farming, and they're using this climate nonsense as a way to attack it. That's what I believe. But they're trying to stop industry. In Wales, we have a Labour Party who doesn't support coal mining anymore, and it was originated as a coal mining. Doesn't support steel working. There's no industry anymore in the UK. They're pushing it all over to the other side of the world, where all the emissions being made all over the world, and all the jobs are going there, and then we're importing it back. They're trying to, what is the word? Deindustrialize the UK, so normal working class people haven't got a say anymore. And then in Wales, for instance, there's 4 million people living in Wales. And what they're up to is importing other people voters into certain areas so they can win the elections. It's happening all over the UK. It's happened in London. London will never ever be Conservative again because they've imported the voters. Same in Birmingham. But lots of people are waking up. You lot are waking up. It's time to take no shit without this. You know, sometimes you've got to stand up and say what people don't like. But anyway, we got somewhere. We got to 10,000. And onwards, we're going to keep going now as well. We're going to keep going. I don't know, perhaps someday they might try and shut us all down, but we're going to keep going all the same. There's something else I wanted to say as well. I have upset a few YouTubers over this last month, but it needed saying. And now after I've said these things, you'll see that the farming protest, now they've banned tractors on it in London. So I said that 2 weeks ago. Don't bother with London. Do it everywhere else. But if you're going there to the march, I wish you all well. But be careful there, that's all. But what I was going to say here, I noticed yesterday on Facebook that there's a Labour Party conference in a certain part of Wales this Saturday. And I can't remember where it is, but if you go and have a look on Gareth Wyn-Jones's thing, it's on there. So it'd be nice if everybody turned up there. And let's just say protest, because Labour couldn't object because it's a Labour Party, Labour originated union party. They can't object to protest, surely. So that's the way to beat them. Play them at their own game. Extinction Rebellion realised it. Farmers got to realise, just turn up out of the blue at these places and just be a nuisance. Direct action, non-violent direct action, but be a nuisance. Because they say they're banning tractors. A tractor pays his road tax and is allowed to go on the road. They can't stop you on the road. As long as this tractor's perfectly safe, and a tractor's only allowed to travel legally at 20 miles an hour. So they can't stop you, especially even if there's a few of you. And they can't stop lorries joining in. And they can't stop you lot, the public, joining in on this as well. And there we are. So I'd just like to thank you all again. I'm a nobody really, but a nobody who's prepared to say things, to say the truth. And they don't like the truth. So please subscribe to follow the Hillbilly Halfwit, and we carry on doing various stuff. Political and fixing stuff. All the best, Gaz.